Okay, we're looking at question 4, and it asks, which one of the following, if true, most seriously weakens the argument? Okay, so we should understand we're going to have answer choices that strengthen the argument, that do nothing to the argument, and just one, and only one, will actually weaken the argument. So what do we have going on here? It takes me back to when I was a kid and I was hanging out at John Pratt's house. John Pratt and his family, they always made the greatest food in the world. But we would sit outside and they had the bug zapper, and you just hear zip, bam, you know, and it was just amazing, you know. I mean, I'd almost just watch those bugs fry on that thing, but I digress. So what we've got here is we've got some dude who's just, he's calling out the bug zapper. He's calling out the insect zapper. And he's saying, look, you know, it kills out of the, you know, over a 24-hour period, I admit, it kills a lot of bugs. It does. It kills like 300 of them. I mean, it is a bug zapper, okay? However, it only kills 12 out of 300 that are mosquitoes. And mosquitoes are what we're going for. They are the golden goose. They are what we are trying to get rid of, eliminate, if you will, okay? Now look, he concedes, he's like, look, I know that it does kill insects, but it will not aid. So here's the conclusion, and you know, you must focus on what the conclusion is saying. In order to weaken the conclusion, it says, but it will not aid in, I think it's significantly, no, in controlling, it will not significantly aid in controlling the potentially dangerous mosquito population. Okay, you know, and so we just need to weaken that. So we need an answer choice that does something that says, you know what, no, it actually does aid in controlling the population. So a couple of things that come into my mind, right? And you know, there's a method to my madness, and the reason why we go over so much of this stuff is to get you to understand the thought process, like what you need to be going through in your mind. I'm thinking of two flaws in this argument, and I don't even know, I don't know if it's what the argument is getting at or what the weakness is actually getting at. The first thing I'm thinking is, you know, what if there's only 15 mosquitoes in the whole thing? And so it kills 300, but it knocks 12 out of 15 of the overall mosquitoes out. So it just eradicated a significant portion of the mosquito population. In other words, why are we assuming there's so many mosquitoes rolling around? Maybe 12 is a huge number, okay? That's the first thing. The next thing is I'm thinking is, what if out of those 300 it's killing, like, you know, and I have to admit I'm pretty stupid, because what do mosquitoes eat? I guess they eat blood. But I'm thinking mosquitoes, what if mosquitoes eat these certain insects? What if there's like blood insects running around that the mosquitoes are eating, and you know, 280 of those get zapped, and then the mosquitoes are like, damn, we don't have anything to eat. Now I realize that's a stupid thing now after the fact, because I guess they eat us after all, but it's the thinking of the flaws that is going to be helpful. And why am I looking for a flaw in the argument? Okay, because a flaw doesn't appear weighted. It asks us to weaken. You know, if it asks me to weaken, I'm just looking to find a flaw. I'm looking to expose a flaw. And when I expose that flaw, when I state that via an example, I have just weakened the argument. Okay, so in another way, what am I really trying to do here? I'm trying to say, hey, that bug zapper actually works pretty good. So, you know, I'm hoping that you start to think of these questions like as they're just like one big blah of how we're analyzing arguments. Okay, here we're just going to attack the idea that we're just going to say the bug zapper ain't too bad. That's really what we're going to do here. Okay, so let's look at answer choice E. The device does not succeed in killing all of the insects that it attracts. Well, does that do anything to weaken the notion that this is not going to aid in the controlling the population? Well, now we're just calling the bug zapper inept, and I think that's kind of a low blow. But you know, let's say it attracts 600. This answer choice says it can only kill 300. So it's, if anything, it's saying like, yeah, we kind of agree this thing sucks. Okay, let's look at D. Many of the insects that were killed by the device are mosquito-eating insects. Okay, so this was the one that almost got me, because I wanted to say that, you know, these are the insects that the mosquitoes eat, but instead this one says that this would actually aid the mosquitoes, because all their nemesis is being zapped. Okay, so this does not weaken the argument. It strengthens the idea that, now we've removed the predators. Okay, so D falls out. C, the device is more likely to kill beneficial insects than it is to kill harmful insects. Well, I don't know if that really does much of anything to this argument. It's just saying that it's going to kill beneficial ones. I didn't know there were beneficial insects, to be honest. I don't know. I think Charlotte's Web was the closest I ever got, but this doesn't do anything other than just tells you like it kills more beneficial than harmful. I mean, we're really not, I know it might be tempting to say, oh, well, it's less likely to kill mosquitoes and they're harmful, therefore it's less likely in controlling the population. Maybe you can say that, but to me, I just see it as harmful, beneficial. We're just like ethereal concepts. We're not really getting at the idea of mosquitoes here. So C falls out however you want to see it. B, a very large proportion of the insects that were attracted to the device were not mosquitoes, and that's just in agreement with the 12 out of 300. But look at what A does. A careful search, not just a regular search, okay? A careful search, okay? This isn't just like you running through your house looking for your keys. This is you getting a metal detector, starting at your car or maybe the block before with 50 friends, and you're like, we're finding these keys, okay? A careful search discovered no live mosquitoes in the vicinity of the device after the test, okay? And this is kind of getting at perhaps the flaw that I was talking about, or mosquitoes just might be really, really like sensitive creatures, and when they see one of their friends get zapped, they might just split and be like, we are done, okay? It's either that or, there was only 12 mosquitoes there. So either way though, A tells you, look, man, you say it's not, doesn't, significantly help us, but we can't find any of them around us. So obviously it does. So A weakens the argument.